Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Frank Liberty. Welcome to another vodcast. I have put together today some very powerful information regarding personal injury marketing. And this is the marketing not only that we use and that we've created, but that our members are using and that has been extremely successful and very effective for them. And I want to share this with our group. So let's get right to the PowerPoints. It's precisely on point. I want to try to make this delivery quick so that we're within our time frame. And I want you to take some notes and pay attention because these are the hidden gems in personal injury marketing that are the finest. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and take a look at the presentation. The Hidden Gems in Personal Injury Podcast with me, Dr. Frank Liberty. Today, I will cover strategic personal injury marketing strategies that are working for our members, what's working from our marketing arsenal, and I want to introduce you to the new Accident Works product store where you can actually go and download the free marketing products. But today, I will be covering brand marketing. It includes e-marketing, electronic marketing, internet marketing, web marketing, digital marketing, online marketing, print marketing, direct mail marketing, phone marketing, point of sale marketing, CLE presenter marketing, and one-on-one attorney marketing. In other words, the process of marketing you and your service brand should include a little bit of all of the above, and that's what we've created and provide for you. And we do use a range of technologies to help connect you to attorneys and get referrals. Now, this is based on the premise that once the attorneys understand your core competence and your unique value proposition, they will switch brands and use you over the competitors. It's just that we've got to educate them and get the word out through marketing. So we're going to send you the link. I can't publish it now because this presentation might probably make YouTube, and we don't want to give this out. This is for members only. But we have a new product store, and you can go to the store, look at the products, view the descriptions, and if you're my member, these are available to you at no cost. They're already included in your program package. So you'll see the glove box kit. You'll see the tabloids. You'll see the standalone flyer, the insert. You'll see the windshield mount flyer. And you'll learn how you can get a permit and what company you can use in your community to put these flyers on windshields and do it legally. You'll get, when we talk about the glove box kit, we show you how to distribute it. When we talk about the tabloid, we show you the method of distribution, how to get it inserted in your Sunday paper. So each of these products has a description. And of course, we're here to fully customize and help you not only to use these or to decide which ones to use, but to get them disseminated and distributed. There's one point of sale display. And there's the United States Postal Service program, which is called Every Door Direct Mail, where for $500 or for $95, your post office will print and insert 500 of the glove box kits in your neighborhood. And you can do that every week until you fill the whole neighborhood. So you can go to the store that we've got for you. Oh, there's our glove box brochure, which we're going to show you how to put on countertop displays in local retail stores in your neighborhood. So that's just a few of the items that you can see if you go to the product store. They're there for you, and they are available at no cost to you. We want to talk about elevating your brand, and I'm going to go over all those marketing methods I mentioned earlier. So let's start with custom display stands to elevate your brand in new ways. Now, by being in front of the consumers in your community, you show that you're there for them at their time of need. It shows you care. Imagine a service like a countertop display that puts you in front of your ideal market consumers, and no one ever complains about it. And that's exactly what a custom point of purchase display does for you. So there's one we created for you to give to attorneys. And there's the bottom part of that is an actual tear off, which is going to help them to refer not only their clients to you, but x-rays of clients they have with undervalued claims so that you can detect whether or not they've got the AOMSI injury and then provide them the exhibits and let them go ahead and resubmit the claim. So that's an idea of a countertop display we designed for you to give to attorneys, but we've also designed one for our glove box kit brochure. So you can go to the local stores in your community, fast food stores, ice cream stores, pizzerias, high traffic retail establishments. Very easy to ask the owners and the managers if you could leave your point of sale display featuring the brochure for what to do in case you're involved in an accident. And that's a community service, a public service, and you probably have zero resistance. And you can put your countertop display with the brochures in there at heavily trafficked areas. So people get to take the brochure, put it in their glove box. That's the first place people look when they're in an accident, is the glove box. Well, our glove box kit not only tells them what to do at the scene of the accident, the type of pictures to take, the type of witnesses to ask, the questions to ask, but it also informs them that there are 9 questions they need to ask before they pick a doctor, or they'll lose 80% of their claim value. So you want them to have that glove box kit, and you want to get that in their glove box. And so you can put inserts in the paper. You can use the postal service to direct door mail it. You can put the brochure out or the glove box kit out, countertop displays. And you can, so that's all available to you if you go take a look at our product store with descriptions on how to use it. Now, I want to talk about direct mail campaigns because they have a high return on investment, and actually they even higher return on investment than paid ads. A lot of people are using print ads and Facebook ads, and direct mail is very effective, working effectively in a campaign all by themselves. But if you take direct mail alongside digital marketing, and that's what we're doing, you're going to get a much greater ROI. So stay tuned. I want to show you the direct mail pieces, because direct mail is more likely to get read, and it will increase your brand awareness, even if it takes repetition. That's why we're going out every month with a new mailer. Now, we use the 40-40-20 rule because that's the key to successful direct mail marketing. The rule defines these 3 elements, which we use in our campaign. The first is 40% deals with your audience, 40% deals with your offer, and 20% deals with your creativity. That's the 40-40-20 rule. 40% of the success that our campaign depends upon is finding the right audience. And obviously, for each of our clients, we create an opted-in attorney list of around 100 attorneys in your community. And we call them and we ask them if they will opt in, and we tell them we're going to be sending them direct mail and email pieces. And we explain what it is, and we send a sample, and we get their permission because that's the correct audience for us. So we will call those attorneys, get their permission, explain our campaign. And so we have targeted plaintiffs, attorneys in your community. The next 40% depends on providing a great offer. And so our members have 5 continuing legal education credit courses, electronic books, electronic bulletins, several magazines, all generating tremendous attention and leads and referrals. So the 40% of the 40-40-20 rule is not only targeting specific plaintiffs that are open to your material, but great offers. So they can have an opportunity to receive e-bulletins, receive your e-books, to get CLE accreditation from your courses, to get our magazine. And of course, that last 20% depends on the creativity and quality of your mailer in terms of graphic, copy, and format. And we specialize in that. Now, the secret to making any presentation, whether it's a meeting, a speech, or a mailer, or an email, outstanding, is that you send a target-specific message. You've got to make sure that you have what they need and want, and that you can fix their problem. Now, for the people that send out broad messages to broad groups of attorneys, they might strike a chord with a handful of lawyers who might even be delighted to find out that your practice exists. But you're also going to send out emails with direct mail to a bunch of lawyers who won't care in the least and will just be quick to discard what you've sent. So you need a target consumer, which is why we call them, introduce ourselves, ask them if we can email and mail them. Then we do an email and a mail simultaneously, and then we call them. So we've got a lot going in these campaigns. This is all what we're doing for our members, but the messages are specifically targeted, and it's the importance of targeting and marketing and how to include it in your strategy so that you educate attorneys and not sell them as to the benefits that you've got. If you've got Zeus, if you're in this program, you've got the core confidence, you can identify threshold injuries, you can establish the IMV, to overcome IMEs, adjusters, and insurance companies that dispute and deny. And you can provide Zeus, the man formulator, to the attorneys and the exhibits for all the threshold injuries. So we want to get our UVP out in front of those attorneys. Now, one of the things we do, and I like to do, is I like to use postcards. I'll show you the postcard that's going out this month in just a second. But another mailing format that outperforms a lot of other mediums are postcards, which is why we use them and why we send them to your attorneys on a monthly basis. According to the demographic market area that you are in, postcards have a response rate of 42%. Flyers have a 35.5%. Large envelopes have a 35.2%. And small letter envelopes, 34%. So we've got some real good response rates from the products and services and marketing material that we have created and we will use for you. So these statistics, however, show that postcards have a significantly greater impact on attorneys. So we invest in postcards to further increase the return on investment of your direct mail marketing campaign. And we send out postcards every month for you. This is the postcard going out this month. It says, free plaintiff's attorney magazine enhances claim value. Prevent disputes, win the great away challenges. This is a plaintiff's injury informant magazine. Why accept a low settlement when you can enhance claim value? This says you don't have to be a member of any association to take advantage of this free service. And if they click on and agree to use our services, they'll get snapshots of success other plaintiffs are having to prevent unfair claims acts and prevent low settlements. They'll get summaries of what matters to them written by their peers to save them time and keep them informed and prepared. They'll keep informed of current peer experiences that overcome common litigation obstacles. They'll keep current with insider breakthroughs without having to sift through the news every day. So they can log on today, get their free magazine, and we offer them a bonus ebook when we download the magazine called The No Bully Zone, the Plaintiff's Attorney's Guide to Prevent and Reverse Adjuster and IME Bullies from Undervaluing Injury Claims. So that is a postcard that we send out on behalf of our clients. Now, there is the Plaintiff's Injury Informant magazine, a 20-page magazine. So what we do is we mail out the magazine. We mail out the postcard, giving them the opportunity to go to our website and order the magazine. We also send out a digital e-ad asking them if they want the magazine. We have a journal ad so we can place it in your county bar journal, asking anyone who wants to receive this magazine. We have the postcard that we send out, and then we have our e-bulletin that we send out, and then we make a phone follow-up. So let me explain this to you. The week of the electronic bulletin is also the week they get the postcard. The bulletin, the e-bulletin, asks them if they would like to receive this Plaintiff's Injury Informant magazine. The postcard invites them to contact us to receive a free copy. Then we send an e-ad in addition to a bulletin, which is 12 pages. The e-ad is only a short ad offering them the opportunity to click and receive this for free. We often supplement that by placing an ad in the county bar journal, the postcard, and then we call them. Did you get our postcard? Did you get our e-ad? Did you get our e-bulletin? Did you see the ad in the journal? Would you like a copy? Let me see if there's something else I wanted to show you, but I'll get to it. Now we're talking about postcards. Now we can also do mailings. Now this mailer is the 8-page 1191M injury model exam. We have found this exam to completely, thoroughly blow the minds of attorneys who are used to seeing 99203 and 99204 exams and have not seen an 8-page booklet injury model exam, which they will instantly identify with the fact that it will surface more injury thresholds. So we want you to mail this to your attorneys. We have produced a letter that goes with it. However, you need to invest in specialty envelopes. So another investment that you should make in your direct mail marketing campaign is better envelopes. Now, while envelopes are largely functional, holding content inside them, They do not do anything to increase the likelihood that your mailers will be read unless you consider envelopes that contain a marketing message themselves that encourages consumers to open them. We actually print the envelopes to look just like the piece we're offering. So we've got custom, but for this 8-page exam form, we use full view window envelopes. In other words, a clear envelope lets the attorney see the exam form, which makes them more likely to open it. Excellent to show your professionalism and concern, as well as your core competence and your UVP. So we've got it set up in our fulfillment center where we will take your 100-member attorney list that's targeted. We will customize the letter on our new letterhead for you with your name and their address. Print the label with their address. Take that letter, combine it with the 8-page exam, stuff it in the envelope with the matching mailer. Put the postage on it and put it in the mail. If you would like us to do that for you, we've got thousands of the exam forms and thousands of the clear envelope already printed in stock in the fulfillment center. Just say, I'm ready to get the 8-page mailer out. This is probably one of the most effective educational tools we've got to send attorneys, and it is a genius, brilliant marketing tool. So if you want to get this out, you got to call me and let me know, because we have to make special provisions. So the 8-page exam booklet goes out with a complete explanation of how it's used to trump a 99204 exam, the benefits they could have from a provider that uses this exam, shows a copy of the exam in a clear window envelope, and it's an excellent tool. That you'll have to call me on if you want to engage that. Now let's take a look at the definitive guide to email marketing. And the reason I love our e-bulletins, number one, we're getting a high open rate, but number two, because it's targeted, and it's targeted to the attorneys on your mailing list, and it's got targeted messages, so it rings true to them. So this one's titled Personal Injury, Maximizing Settlement Value in a Colossus Environment, the Plaintiff Attorney's Guide to Prevent Unfair Settlements, Eliminating Insurance Disputes and Providing Evidence-Based Data, your name, customized. This one says, Plaintiff attorneys discovered 10 unfair claims acts that lower settlement valuation. New information is assisting plaintiff attorneys to prevent a gamut of unfair insurer claims tactics and low settlement valuation. And then it goes on to explain the 10 unfair claims settlement practice acts that lower settlement valuation, how the attorneys can identify it, and what to do about it. And that's why they want this e-bulletin, and that's why they reach for it and look for it every week. And that's why we send it to them at the exact same time every week, Monday at 5 a.m. and Thursday at 3 p.m., the two best times to distribute these products. And we are getting a much greater than average industry open rate because we're targeting the plaintiff's attorneys and we're targeting the information. Now, the following week, we get an analytic showing us who opens. The idea is to call them. Many of our members take it in their own hands to call the attorneys and set up meetings. But we've got about 5 or 6 telemarketers right now calling every day on behalf of our members. And we hire 2 new telemarketers every month now since January of 2020 to add to our list because of all the new clients that we get. So what we talked about was mailings, postcards, the first mailer. Now we're at emails. So that's our email bulletins. So this week, the Plaintiff's Guide to Prevent Unfair Settlements went out and it said, would you like a discovery of which factors of your client's injury claim were omitted, denied, or disputed by the adjuster, and understand the basis for such rejection? So I can't read it, but this was a good one. It says, we now have a way for you to determine when the adjuster omitted, disputed, and denied claim factors. So this lets them know that undervaluations can come about as a result of denials, disputes, and omissions of the adjuster that are once again part of the Unfair Claims Settlement Act. So every week, new content that rings true, targeted information that they need and want, that fixes their problems. So you reach the right people with the right message. And digital online advertising, as our electronic bulleted advertising, allows us to reach the right plaintiff lawyers who actually opted in. And we get the right message to them at the right time. Now, as we explore digital marketing campaigns, you'll see just how much digital is raising the bar in advertising. So we want measurable results. Now, digital advertising isn't just putting an ad up on Twitter, Pinterest, or Yahoo, because we're using internet-based advertising tools to research, manage, track, analyze, and improve our online advertising campaigns. So we utilize what's called a network generator as our attorney digital advertising platform and our attorney referral and management program. And we're adding remarketing or funnel marketing campaigns as we speak so that we can constantly get emails to the attorneys based upon whether they open or do not open, how long they stay on and read, how many times they click through. That's what we call network generation. Now, when this is done effectively, digital marketing seamlessly integrates into our target lawyer's user experience, and they get it in their own email. And it guides them back to us through our offers and incentives. And we do this in a natural, non-intrusive, non-inflammatory way. We always personalize for you to maximize relevance to your target attorney list. So this in turn maximizes conversion rates. And because it's digital, we can track virtually every step the lawyer makes in relation to our ads and whether he reads them and opens them, allowing us to achieve a return on investment that is not possible through other means. So it's specific and it's targeted. Digital advertising is online advertising that you know is working because you can see it. And you can see it even in real time, whether or not we're getting results. So now using the data collected by our analytics, we can reach exactly who we want to reach. Plaintiff attorneys in your area ready to refer to you. Now, by targeting with specific messaging, our electronic bulletins and our electronic ads are going to appear very relevant to the attorneys. Relevance means increased revenues to you. So here's an example of the analytics that we get the week after we send our electronic ads and our electronic bulletins. It shows us the open rate. This is Dr. Richard Hathcock from Memphis, Tennessee, and got 124 attorneys, see recipients 124, and 25% opened up, or 32. Now, 32 lawyers out of 124 is an awful lot of lawyers. What are you going to do with 32 lawyers? Well, obviously, we can call them and set up meetings. Richard also calls them, and he is doing meetings 3 times a week. But I think it's time now that he does one meeting for all these attorneys. In fact, using our program, we can make him a keynote speaker for his county bar. And they will invite the plaintiff's attorneys and fill the room on their dime. And Richard can show up and use our CLE accredited presentation to deliver to the entire group. Now, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for our members to get up the courage to do that. But the way you start is by doing one-on-ones. And then when you're ready, we don't even need the county bar. We can send out 2 invitations, make 2 phone calls, and fill a room. We can place an ad in your county bar journal and fill the room. If you use our presentation, and lawyers get CLE credits, and our survey sheets always get you referrals immediately. Attorneys have clients sitting on their desks that are undervalued, where adjusters use unfair claim settlement practice acts to manipulate trauma lines, drag injury severity points down to lesser value, second-guess medical opinion. You can take those patients, run them through the 1191 exam, and resubmit the claim with all the new evidence, or just run their x-rays through the DRMA to see if they've got AOMSI, which is the alleged $66,000 injury, which they can then resubmit. So our presentations are spot on. Every one of our clients who does a presentation winds up developing a relationship and gets referrals from lawyers. We used to have a 35% acceptance rate. We're up to 65% acceptance rate among attorneys who view our presentations. So when you get the response from the analytics, You get the list, see the list down there, shows you the email, the date, and the contact information for those attorneys. And then you can just follow up with them. Now, we have a phone room that will follow up, and we know your days and times of availability, and we'll set up the meetings. And then when you're ready, after you've done 4, 5, or 6, you might want to start doing group meetings. So email and e-bulletins are an advertising tool. Now, 72% of the public and 86% of business owners say they prefer email as the way for businesses to communicate with them, and that includes e-ads and e-bulletin. Now, because email is so preferred, you'll get much higher engagement rates when you email. But using email as an advertising tool isn't as simple as posting an ad on social media, because to get this kind of return on investment depends on several factors, like you have to have targeted, specific contact advertising pieces. You've got to have the right message, what's needed and wanted, and what can fix problems. I went to several newsletter companies that have newsletters made for me so we didn't have to make them in-house, and no one said they could do the research and get the contents that I've already got in the 13 books that I've written. So I write every one of these newsletters, and it's content that rings true. It's what attorneys need and want. Number 2, you have to engage subscribers, which would be lawyers. Once you get their attention, you have to keep their interest. And that means you have to have automation and segmentation tools, which is what we've got built in to our network generators. And we have content-specific marketing. So we're going to focus on delivering relevant content to your lawyers that more gently converts them into referral sources. And we do make the sale. I don't like generating leads. I like getting the actual business, getting the referral. Now, segmentation and automation are the best ways to engage subscribers and keep them. And our network generator does the work for you without your staff or capital requirements. This means we target specifically, give attorneys what they need and want, and we solve their problems. And our market segment is target specific and content specific. So we're going to create it for you every week, customize it, blast it out, get the analytics, and then contact the lawyers and set up meetings and referrals. But you must provide incentives. Another important component to increasing conversion rates, and we do that with our attorney direct mail marketing campaign by providing incentives. They encourage lawyers to not only read our direct mailers, but to follow through with the call to action by calling you, meeting with you, accepting our other offers. So direct mailers and emails and e-ads and e-bulletins should always include an incentive, such as a trial, or maybe a first-time discount on a DRMA or a 1191M exam professional service, or samples, or free items, such as our magazines, e-bulletins, postcards, mailers, e-books, and CLE credits. By adding incentives, you will increase the return on investment. Now, this went out this week. This is an e-ad. I have it blown up so you can see it, but it's offering them an opportunity to get a copy of your free book, The $66,000 Neck Injury and How Not to Miss It. It's an e-ad, and it gives them the opportunity to get a free copy of your book. So I blew it up so you can see it. Starts out like this. It has recently been discovered that a $66,000 spine injury is now being seen in low-speed collisions and missed 65% of the time. I have been certified by the State Bar as a CLE presenter because that's what we do for every one of our clients. And I am also a contributing author of a highly respected and informative medical legal book on this overlooked injury that carries a high set-aside case settlement valuation. Because we get you to become a contributing author on 4 of our top books, and we get you accredited before this Continuing Legal Education Association of your state. That way, we give you the position in the center of the positional map, where the conceptual analysis of you becomes so much higher and elevated among competitors in your community. Now, it says, I would like to meet with you to present a copy of this book and CLE credits for the meeting time if you want them, and explain how to detect a hidden injury among any clients, especially undervalued cases. And then it goes on to say what the book is titled. So the next page shows a copy of the book with a little bit more. For example, it says research shows 65% of all accident victims have this injury, And it's overlooked because it's not detectable by the human eye. Only recently has a radiographic diagnostic software been created to detect this injury. Goes on to say, not many doctors' offices or MRIs have it, but I send out. If your clients have this injury, we can find it. Next page says, if you have any undervalued cases and this injury is subsequently discovered, you can resubmit to include the additional $66,000 demand. Since half of all injury clients have this injury and it's being overlooked, knowledge is the best commodity. This is damaging not only to the injured, but to the case. Please provide windows of opportunity to meet. And then they click there. And when they click there, oh, wait a second. When they click there, we're asking them to give us, it says click or hold left mouse button to mark cells, hold shift to mark areas instead of single cells. If they use this conversion tool, they can tell us the actual day and time they would like to meet us. Then they could give us their cell phone, and we are going to go ahead and call them and give them a copy of this book. So they put their name, first name, last name, their email, if they would like to meet. And then we say, go ahead, let's meet, and tell us what day and time you want to meet. And we're sending this out to every one of your lawyers for every book. Every other month, we're going to push a new book. This is an electronic ad or an electronic advertisement. We also email list all the attorneys on your database. So we're going to ask them, would you like a copy of our magazine? Would you like a copy of our book, The $66,000 Neck Injury? Would you like a copy of our book, The No Bully Zone? Would you like a copy of our book, How Turning Your Head During Impact Can Fracture Your Neck? Would you like a copy of our book, PI Maximizing Settlement Valuation in a Colossus Environment? Would you like a copy of our book, How IMV Overrides IME and Insurer Disputes and Denial? We have so many different offers and incentives. So here's an example. Yes, I would like future editions of the e-bulletin. Boom. I would like a 1 or a 2.5 hour CLE accredited presentation delivered at my office on A, the $66,000 neck injury that is overlooked 65% of the time. B, the process of IMV to override the adjuster in IME disputes. C, how turning the head during impact and fracture the incident process vertebrae, overlooked 75% of the time. D, maximizing settlement valuation of Colossus claim. Or I would like a syllabus of the CLE accredited courses. Or I would like a second opinion on a stalled case to reverse a lowball offer and enhance settlement valuation. Or I would like a demonstration of Zeus to counter Colossus that saves 50% of legal time and spend to formulate a Colossus claim. Or I'd like to receive this Smart Brief, a plaintiff's attorney free publication formatted to fit my cell phone. Or I would like a copy of the $66,000 neck injury and how not to overlook it ebook. And it gives them a chance to put in their cell phone number and submit whatever they want, which comes directly to you as well as to us, and then we can respond. Another thing that's very effective is to create personalized materials, and everything we do and send out for you is customized. But there's another great strategy for improving our marketing campaigns, especially direct mail, and that's to create a customized material. So we've got one of our favorites. We do this for you. While an impersonal direct mail is more likely to be thrown away, if you add a personal touch, it's going to increase the performance. So we customize everything, but this new marketing campaign makes attorneys respond to you at a much higher rate. It is our custom personal magazine. This issue is Doctors Practicing Personal Injury. That's Dr. Brandon Maxwell, his address, customized on this. Now, the reason that's in gray is because that's the photo he sent us with that gray background. We couldn't change it. Now, it says, prevent losses on accident claims. New injury model exam designed for accident victims. How physician training enhances claim valuation. How automated intelligence is changing accident claims. New medical software helps accident victims. How physicians are helping to prevent claim reduction. Physicians need to understand all 24 sections of an injury claim. And traffic accidents are now the leading cause of PTSD. So that's what's inside the edition. And we do these 4 times a year, and they are receiving tremendous accolades from. So another thing we want to do is map your competitive position. In other words, if attorneys don't know what they're getting, it's almost impossible for them to identify their competitive options. because there's a lot of doctors that are doing personal injury in your community. So different lawyers place their medical experts in different spots on what's known as a positional benefit map. Few attorneys know what the primary benefit their providers offers should be, and they overestimate the benefits of their medical experts while underestimating what you offer because they haven't been exposed to you, your new core competence, your new UVP. You haven't been sending e-ads, you haven't been sending e-bulletins, you haven't been sending direct mailers or postcards, you don't have a magazine with your picture on it, you haven't authored 5 ebooks, you're not CLE accredited. They don't know who you are and what you are until we come into play to start promoting you and marketing you professionally like this. So they look at the other doctors and they think, well, that's an MD, pain management, ortho, neuro. They're going to use them over a chiropractor. So they don't understand, but there are competitive positions, and they're palpable in the personal injury market where competencies and unique value propositions make comparisons complicated. So you want to make the attorneys have no problems identifying your core competencies and unique value propositions that position you with so much more power and benefits over competitors. So what we do is we go to markets where competitors are employed to generate an end product, and we use technologies and strategies that are always changing, and for medical experts like you that have a clinical decision support system like Zeus that can make 600 medical determination and decisions and counter Colossus, the value becomes intangible. The lawyers don't have an idea of how much you bring to the table, which is why we send e-bulletins, why we send e-ads, why we send the postcards, why we're doing direct mailers, why we call the attorneys. But we now want you to start calling attorneys. We now want you to agree to have group meetings. We now want you to mail out certain pieces. We now want you to place ads. We'll do it for you, but we want you to agree to let us place ads in your county bar journals. We want you to get to become a keynote speaker before the county bar, and we'll make that happen if you would agree to do the presentation so we can accelerate this. And instead of doing one-on-ones, you get in front of the entire county bar plaintiff association. Now, listen, that's huge. And I'm going to tell you 35 to 65% of the lawyers that you come across in that presentation will refer to you, and half of them will stay with you forever for the rest of your practice. If you don't want to do a presentation to your county bar, bring me down there and I'll do it with you. So in markets where computers are employed to generate the end product, technologies and strategies are changing. And for medical experts like you who have Zeus and Zeus Demand, the clinical decision support system value is intangible. Zeus Demand is an intangible value enough to reposition you into the center of the positional benefit map and command overwhelming referrals. Those of you who have worked the program can testify to it, and every day more and more of you are testifying, more and more. Now, the Center for Disease Control calls this a Domain 3 strategy. Your particular Zeus claim medical record for use to do the 1191M injury model exam, which is far more in excellence of what other doctors are doing with 99203, 99204, contains a Domain 3 strategy according to Center for Disease Control, Agency for Healthcare Policy Reform, and Preventive Services Health Task Force. So here's what Domain 3 strategy is used to facilitate and give you best practice in these 3 strategic ways. Number 1, Zeus gives you computer-aided decision-making. No one else has that. No one else has it. No other EHR has it. Number 2, it gives you a clinical decision support system to make 600 medical decisions that match Colossus. And number 3, it gives you evidence-based practice. That's what the Center for Disease Control claims is required to be in a Domain 3 strategy. And we have been rated VS very strong, the highest rating. Now you create your positioning map that no other competitor in your demographic market area has. In its simplest form, a service benefit positioning map shows the relationship between the primary benefit that you offer to the lawyer and the differences in your unique value proposition of all the services that are available to him in your market if he uses you. Now, we reposition our members through enhanced core competence and unique value propositions of being able to prevent unfair valuations, diagnose threshold injuries, document and provide the claim factors to the attorney, induce demand to exchange complex data, put it in the correct language, format, and sequence, 24 sections of a claim in the right language, format, and sequence, so that it will interface and input added value into a bodily injury claim. So all you got to do is just get to work, get some PI patients, get them into the Zeus system, order the IMV, and then get the demand formulator to the attorneys, and the game's over. They know you've got something no one else has. It's called anticipating the shift in the value of benefits. In other words, when we created our positional benefit map for you, we found some sub-segments where few competitors whose services could provide our benefits, core competencies, and UVPs. And we use that advantage to grow our members markedly, which is an indication of low competitive intensity. Let me tell you what that means. The orthos, the neuros, the MDs, the pain management docs in your community can't even carry your briefcase. There's such low competitive intensity among a provider that's not doing a 1191M and not using Zeus that you gain a niche and become the personal injury medical expert in your market. Now, overrated medical experts fall short of our position. Other medical experts are overrated. The MDs, the neuros, the orthos, the pain management docs are overrated. And they fall significantly short of our position, of our core competence, and our UVP. And attorneys are seen now to withdraw referring to that other segment of the market and refer to us. I cannot forget, and I never will forget, and I thank God for what can happen with this program. So Dr. Brandon Maxwell, who had never treated a personal injury patient in his 17 years of practice, goes out to his first attorney. I guess he did realize they were the largest attorney in the entire state of Missouri. Well, he's in there. Not only does he not get a low attorney on the totem pole, he gets one of the senior managing owners. After a few minutes, the owner interrupted him, came back with all the firm's managing directors, including the medical managing director. When the presentation was over, the owner said to the medical director, "We want every patient in this county going to Dr. Brandon Maxwell." Now, Brandon Maxwell never treated a personal injury patient, but they didn't know that. They just saw the presentation. They then knew that all their other medical experts were falling short of our position. They were not doing a 1191M exam, so they were missing 80% of the claim values. They were not diagnosing the threshold injuries. They were not performing impairment ratings. They were not creating table formats. They did not give the attorneys the Zeus demand. They did not do IMVs. They did not look at the AOMSI injury, the uncinate fracture injury, the cervical chain ganglia injuries, the vertebral baseline injuries. These are injuries that are if clients and patients are exposed to on a routine basis that are overlooked. So what this suggests is that an attorney who is introduced to your new service provider options with the desirable secondary benefits as being able to identify threshold injuries, being able to perform an independent medical validation to eliminate their positions and opinions and denials and disputes, and giving them Zeus demand, attorneys now look upon you, our doctor, as an untapped provider offering new and enhanced services within your own personal injury market. That is anticipating a shift due to the value of your benefits, where attorneys will do for you what they did for Brandon. These guys have 30 to 40 years of referral relationships with orthos and neuros and MDs and pain management docs. And here comes a chiropractor who had never even treated a PI case. And they said, we want everybody going to him because he made our presentation and they knew the value of the benefits, which caused them to shift brands and refer to him. They even went on 2 weeks later and said they want him to open in a new location, which was the center of 3 big highways. And they promised him every referral in that county. And he's not the only one. That's happened about 5 times to our members. So what you need to do is own a niche in the market. The idea is to identify and attempt to own a niche, a marketing niche for your new personal injury brand services, using core competencies, unique value propositions, and various strategies. So this would include planned promotions, varying marketing type, positional statements, communication outflow. And I want to tell you, the riches are in the niches. Hello, I am going to make you rich. The goal is to create a unique impression in the attorney's mind so that they associate something specific and desirable with your brand that is distinct from the rest of the marketplace. Now, digital advertising or online is where the attorneys go every day. So to reach and attract the attention of these attorneys as a small professional business, you need to be there, generating brand awareness, increasing leads, making conversions, setting up meet and greets, and getting referrals for new PI patients, to do 1191M exams, to do DRMA analysis, because 8 out of 10 of their clients have that AOMSI injury and they don't know it, and they're sitting on low-value claims you can enhance. You can give them CLE credits. That's why digital marketing is such an important part of our delivery. Now, what we want to do is what we call preempt your rival. So we use positional benefit maps to educate attorneys and outperform the strategic intent of your rivals and to find ways of preempting them. We understand the reasons behind changes in competitive positions, and lawyers must use their knowledge to interpret our new core competencies, our new unique value propositions, and arrive at the right concept analysis, conceptually analyzing you and referring to you over competitors because you've got what's needed and wanted, and you can fix problems that others cannot do. Ultimately, positional benefit mapping strategies are communicated through our online marketing campaigns and allows attorneys to make decisions based on fact and avoid the fatal allure of thinking the MD is better than the DC. Not with our program, they're not. So we need to establish our online expert presence. Sometimes they refer to this as an author platform. So what we've done was we've got our members to become contributing authors of 4 vital medical legal ebooks. And the bulk of our ebook marketing tactics will initially be out there to establish your presence as an author in the market of medical legal books, ebooks, and get that word out to attorneys. So the goal is to have the lawyers view you as an expert or authority in each of the topics that the ebooks cover. 4 different topics, providing unique value propositions and expertise that attorneys need and want to fix their problem that the other experts in your community don't have, and they're not authors. So listen to this. We're now going to begin blasting all 4 of your ebooks to all of your attorneys. We may want to ask them if we'd like a copy, but we may not even want to ask. We may just want to go ahead and get it out. This book, called Personal Injury: Maximizing Settlement Value in a Colossus Environment to Eliminate Disputes, Denials, and Discounts, The Plaintiff Attorney's Guide to Prevent Unfair Settlements, that's one of our best. That is unbelievable. 14 or 15 chapters, 126 pages. The next thing we want to do is we want to position you as a keynote speaker. You're looking at 5 courses that we have CLE accredited for. You are a CLE accredited presenter through your state bar when you're in our program. And these are the 5 courses you get to deliver. You can deliver courses on technical, civil trial, and ethics. Lawyers will be more than impressed as you deliver programs that they can't get anywhere else. And as you are a CLE provider now, we build you a bio, we build you a CV, we put everything together. We use our presentation material, our course, our handout, and present your ebooks to your state bar and an application to get you to become keynote speaker under our affiliate program. And now you have a core competence and a unique value proposition that's probably worth millions if you apply it and get out in front of these attorneys, give them the credits, and especially if you become a speaker before the county bar, which we can make happen for any one of our members. Now, your webpage should feature your benefits, your core competencies, your unique value proposition, and should make an offer or an incentive and collect attorney data so you can follow up. So on your webpage, this one says, click here to receive a copy of my free ebook. And then when they click, there it is. Please provide me your information so I can send you my free ebook on the $66,000 neck injury and how not to be misdiagnosed. So they're going to give you their contact data because they want the book. Now, the last thing that I wanted to cover with you today is when you would like to have your training, either May 23rd, 24th, Memorial Day is the 25th, or June 13th and 14th, Father's Day is the 25th. So we're going to have a voting poll right now. I'm going to stop the presentation, go to the poll, and let's vote. What day would you prefer to have it? The weekend of Memorial Day in May or the weekend before Father's Day in June? You can go ahead and begin voting now. The weekend in May, which is the weekend of Memorial Day. The good news about that is you're already going to be off on Memorial Day. A lot of your patients are going to be gone Friday, so you won't lose a lot of work if you come that Memorial Day weekend. And you might also want to hang out here in the Tampa Bay area right on the beach. And then June is the weekend before the Father's Day. And it looks like June is in the lead by 60-40. I'll leave the poll open for another couple of minutes. All right. Looks like we're even Steven here. Looks like it almost doesn't matter. That makes it difficult for me now because if it's almost even Steven here. Now, many of you have plans on Memorial Day weekend, but I'll tell you what better plan than to be together with our group. And then, like I said, if you are available, we could end early on Sunday, and we could even have a Friday night program for the late arrivers, and then end early on Sunday and hit the beach Sunday and Monday, stay over. So there's a benefit for being here on Memorial Day weekend. By then, the water will be 90 degrees, 92 degrees. It looks like just a little bit more want to come in June. I should have had a poll over there that said, since you want to come in May, will you still come in June? All right. Well, we've got our poll. We've got our results. Listen, I want you to know a couple things. Number one, different members are operating at different rates of speed and deploying things differently. Some members do not want to get in front of the county bar just yet. Some members don't want to get in front of an attorney just yet. Some want to practice it more, but there's definitely things that can be done for each and every one of you. If we're not making enough phone calls for you to your attorneys, you can also pick up the phone and make a few calls. Help yourself. You got different members are engaging and embracing the program at different speeds and different levels, but the results are there. You all have Zeus. You all have the electronic bulletins going out every week. You all have a direct mailer going out every month. There's a tremendous amount of outflow coming from us as part of this campaign for you to promote you, to elevate you in that personal injury arena within your community, to show your core competency, to show your unique value propositions, to let attorneys understand that you can do more than their other options. Like they discovered with Brandon, a firm that's the largest firm in the state of Missouri has decided to send all their victims in the county to a chiropractor over their other experts that they've had relationships with for 40 years. And they didn't even realize the chiropractor never even treated a PI patient because of our presentation and our training. This is what's needed and wanted. This is what's needed and wanted. So it's just a matter of you being able to live up to it and do the 1191M exam, order DRMAs for the x-rays when the patient have AOMSI, diagnose cervical chain ganglia, vertebral basilar insufficiency, the mild traumatic brain injuries, the uncinate process fractures. Get all that information put together, send it out, get the IMV to give you the preponderance, give you the greater weight to eliminate other varying opinions and disputes and denials, and then give the attorneys the demand formulator, the Zeus program, which will undoubtedly give you the advantage over everyone else. So I made some explanations to you as all the types of e-marketing we've got, e-advertising, electronic bulletins. We also have journal ads that match. We also have direct mailers that match. We have postcards. We have exam forms. We have magazines. You have your custom magazine. You've got your website. You've got so many different ways now to get the word out that it's just consistency and repetition. And we will continue to promote you because we're going to change the lawyer's conceptual analysis of who you are every time they get more communication from you, exposing your talents that others don't have. So you're going to have benefits that no one else has, features that no one else has. You're going to be able to make a broad propositional statement. And if you use me, this is what you get. Problem solving solutions. This is going to be so strong because no one else has it. We restrict this program and we give you coveted zip codes, and we will not put anybody else in the program in your zip code. And so lastly, you're so strong in your benefits that there's no choice but to use you, if for nothing else, just to take all of their undervalued claims and send to you. By doing the 1191M exam and looking for those threshold injuries that were overlooked, commonly overlooked mild traumatic brain injuries, commonly overlooked AOMSI, commonly overlooked onset process fracture, commonly overlooked vertebral base limb insufficiency, commonly overlooked anxiety, stress, and sleep disorders. The gamut of threshold injuries that we research, find, discover, and document, and provide evidence for them to represent, provide exhibits, and provide evidence-based practice makes the attorney's job so much easier and gets them so much more money and eliminates disputes that they have no choice but to use you. So I see that it's almost even, but it looks like we may go with the June, since there's a few more people. Once almost 60-40 in June. I will secure reservations with the hotels today. You can probably get some cheap airfares if I secure that, because right now airlines are having such specials due to the coronavirus that this is a good time to book. And of course, we're all praying that we'll see each other, at that time. So let me go ahead and sign off. I'm Dr. Liberti, and I'll be here with you every week for our vodcasts. And then we also have 20-minute vodcasts and we have 5-minute vodcasts. And they're all going to be put up on our YouTube channel. You can go to Zeus and watch all the recorded webinars. And you can click on the clinical manual and you can click on the welcome newsletters. You get a lot of information on the website, ZeusClaim.com. And keep in mind to bookmark this channel, because I may not send you an invitation, but we're going to be here every Thursday, 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Usually we even do a presentation on the morning of Thanksgiving because our members want it. They don't want to take it off. So we even did New Year's Day presentation. So I'm glad you want this so much. I'm glad to be with you. I'm glad to see you. I really appreciate you. I'm doing everything I can for you, and we are making a difference. And it's making a difference to your practice. Now, reach out to me. If some of you, we need to do some monthly statistic forms analysis and consulting. Some of you may want to get in front of the county bar, do journal bar advertising, hold a presentation to a group of attorneys rather than one-on-one. Just communicate with me. If you don't reach me by email, text me. If you don't get me by text, call me on my cell. If you cell phone me, text me, and email me, I'll get back to you for sure. If I'm using one of those while you try to call me, use a different one. Use all three to get a hold of me, because I'm interested in helping you reach your goals. Once I know what they are, we can plug in the programs and plans, including the marketing tools. As long as you are able to navigate the Zeus program, the 1191M exam, you're referring out the diagnostic tools that you need, then we're in a great place to go ahead and just show the attorneys that we actually have more core competence and a greater unique value proposition than any other provider they can use. It's not difficult to do. We're doing it every day with our members. I'm Dr. Liberti. I'll see you here. I try to keep it under an hour, which I did again today. I'll see you next week. I salute you because you're solution oriented. I'm Dr. Liberti. My number, 727-520-3961. I should get a number that says Liberti. Let me look into that. Anyway, call me. Be here next week. I look forward to seeing you, and let me know specific goals, needs, and desires that you have so we can plug in our plans to make it happen for you. All right. See you next week. Thanks for being here.